Happy New Year and welcome to my podcast, Andrea TLC. Today I have a special guest with me, which happens to be my producer, Magix. How are you doing, Magix?
Oh, I'm doing alrighty. I do happen to be the producer here. I did create that the intro music that you did hear before the podcast began. So that's just a little bit of the background that I did do, and I'm glad to actually be here on the show today.
All right. Well, Magix, do you do like a New Year's resolution? Are you into doing anything like that or whatever?
No, see, I don't do New Year's resolutions because I often find out that when doing New Year's resolutions, they never last anyway. Halfway through the new year, if even that, I would find that this wasn't even a good resolution to begin, and I end up that that's a resolution I no longer want for one reason or another. So I just completely stopped doing those, and I'll do my resolution and make myself better as the year goes along. Because as you grow and the year goes along, you don't have the same
Goals.
goals that you had when the year first began. You've elevated already, and you're in a new state already. So you you can't really make a resolution at the beginning of the year. It kind of elevates and goes as the year goes on.
I agree. I agree. I stopped doing New Year's resolutions a couple of years back, and so what I'm going to start doing, or have started doing, is starting what I call a manifesting box. And so I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's a manifestation box.
No, I've not heard of a manifestation box.
It's just a little small box, nothing real big, nothing real small, like a jewelry box or even a little bit bigger, and I picked it up from Hobby Lobby. And so, and I decorated and all kind of things to it.
Okay, so is it there's nothing really special to begin with it. It could just be any type of regular box that you can make into your manifestation box. There's nothing with the box already. It can be any box that you choose.
It can be any box that you choose, and what you're going to do is you're going to bless over it and have that to be your manifestation box. And so what I like to do is I like to sage my box, pray over it, and then I write down what it is I want to manifest for however long, for the month, for the year, just whatever. And so what I do is I write on a small piece of paper. I stick it inside of my manifestation box and then say my little prayer over it, and then I just leave it there.
Okay, so once you say the prayer and you leave it there, does it then go because you said the prayer over it, it begins to manifest on its own, or do you come back and you pray over it daily, or how does
You,
that
you,
actually work?
I've heard people doing different things. I heard of people going, and praying over it, daily. Um, for me, I pray over it that one time. I leave it in the box and I just set it on a little altar that I have that I made. Um, just for that. And sometimes I manifest for 2 weeks, sometimes I manifest for a month, and I just keep going at it. And so for the new year, to start the new year off, one of the things that I wanted to start manifesting, of course, is my happiness and my success, and for me to stay healthy. Anything that you want to manifest, you can stick inside that box for however long that you want to manifest for.
Okay, so you stick it into the box and you let it manifest. You just pick any time frame. Like you say you can do it for 2 weeks, a month. And what kind of things would you actually manifest? Like, what kind of things would you manifest for?
Like I said, I'm manifesting for my happiness, for my health, for success. Some people manifest for wealth. Um, just whatever it is that you want to manifest for your life, that's what you can write down on a piece of paper and put inside of that box.
Okay, that sounds pretty nice, and I know this goes a lot with the manifestation box goes a lot with the crystals that you've been working with. I know you often work with the crystals, and you've been doing a lot with that. So tell me a little bit more about that. How have you been doing with
So
those?
with the crystals, what I like to do, I have a few of favorite crystals. I like them all, but I do have a few. Now with my manifestation and the crystals, I like to put in what is called a clear quartz because it is it's good for manifestation and meditation. And so it just kind of enhance your prayer a little bit. And so I do stick a clear quartz crystal inside of my manifestation box.
All right, and is there a reason you just picked that specific crystal over any other crystal, or does it make it really of a difference?
Um, for me, I really like the clear quartz. And then again, it is mostly used for manifestation, so that's why I use that one. And it's one of the very first crystals that I've ever worked with. So that's why I choose the clear quartz. But I've heard other people putting in pyrite, citrine, just different types of crystals, whatever you want to work with, that resonates really with you. And so with me, again, there's a few that I like, um, beginning with the clear quartz.
And I do know that the crystals they often have different meanings and different purposes. Would it be like something that you would switch out the crystals for, depending on what you're manifesting? Maybe a certain crystal will work better for exactly what you're manifesting, because certain crystals do work differently for certain situations.
True. Like the citrine attracts success. So if that's one of the things that you want to manifest for success or whatever, you could use the citrine crystals and put in there. You don't necessarily have to, but you can do it that way. Yes.
Okay, it seems very interesting, and I know the crystals they also work with the chakras.
Yes. So, you have different crystals that can work with your chakras. And so the thing with your chakras, let's see. Let me tell you about chakras.
Right, so I'm going to go a little bit more into depth about the actual chakras.
So the word chakra means like wheel. Some people say disc. And what it is just energy centers around your body. Spinning energy that corresponds to certain nerve bundles and major organs. So the functions at its best, your chakras need to stay opened or balanced. And I've always talked about keeping your chakras balanced because you don't want to have your chakras blocked. That wouldn't be good. And so, there's seven main chakras that um that we deal with, that we work with.
All right, so you told me you don't want your chakras blocked. Explain that to me a little bit. What do you mean by having them blocked?
Well, if you find yourself being like um anxious, anger, fear, somewhere you're having a chakra that's being blocked. And again, there's seven starting from the bottom up. There's your root chakra, your sacra, solar plexus, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your third eye, and your crown being the top of the head. And so somewhere, you know, one of those chakras are being blocked. And then, there's certain things that you can do um to unblock that that chakra.
All right, so anytime that you're feeling any anxious, overwhelmness, or anything of that nature, basically that you have one of these seven chakras is being blocked at that particular moment, and there are certain ways that you can do to unblock your chakras. Is there a way of knowing exactly which chakra it is?
Because I'm new at this or whatever, I'm guessing that there is. Sometimes I know that if you're having trouble expressing um your speaking or anything like that, I know that your throat chakra might be blocked. Um and anxiety and rage and all of that, that's a different chakra. Again, I'm not all the way knowledgeable about that type of stuff, but I do
Right,
know
right.
that certain crystals that you uh that you put the intent into, you know, amethyst for one. So amethyst is another favorite crystal of mine, and it's resonates with your crown chakra. And so what it does is it dispels anger, fear and anxiety, rage, all of that. And so if you want protection over that, you know, you can carry or wear an amethyst crystal.
Okay, that's pretty nice. So you can go ahead and wear these crystals, and with wearing the crystals, it helps to unblock the chakras.
It can. It definitely can help with that chakra.
Right, and there's ways of doing these without actually wearing the crystals. Is there a way of doing something in your home even to where you're not actually wearing the crystals?
And you don't have to wear the crystals, um, but you know you can have the crystals. Meditation is another good thing that works. So you know you can also meditate. I find that meditation also works just as well. And so you can do that, you know, if you don't want to wear crystals or carry them or anything like that. Some people just carry crystals in their pocket. Women carry them in their purse. A lot of us you know, wear crystals. um there's a lot of things you can do when it comes to crystals. Or you can just, you know, sometimes you just really need to just meditate. I find that meditation is also very very good. And the thing about meditation is it's good to start your day with meditation and get your mind right before you begin doing anything else. You know, just like prayer. You know, I find that prayer and meditation coincide with each other. So that, to me, you really need to be doing those two things to kind of get through your day.
Right, now and I do agree, especially with the meditation. Starting your day off with meditation and yoga. Now I have noticed that yoga starting out is a little bit more complicated. You gotta get a little more used to yoga.
Yeah, I saw you struggling the other morning with yoga, but that's okay or whatever. You know, yoga is something that you do have to work with. And like I said, he's my producer, and I see him out there in the morning struggling, y'all, struggling.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is real.
Like you say, you do have these different crystals. Like I say, if you don't want to wear the crystals, there is different alternatives for that. Um, and I remember you saying some of these were your favorite crystals. What are some of your favorite crystals that you have?
Oh, I have a whole line of crystals that I like or whatever. Like I said, um, I like the amethyst. I like citrine. I like the pyrite. The pyrite is called fool's gold because it actually looks like the fool's gold. It's a really unique looking crystal, really nice. Clear quartz, rose quartz, tiger's eye. It's another one that I like. A unique crystal. Actually looks like a little tiger's eye. I like one called the Black Obsidian. And another real favorite of mine is the Selenites, named after the Greek goddess of the moon, Selene. So that one, it promotes good luck and honesty. Um, that crystal, you know, it clears the rest of the crystals. And so it's just a really cool. crystal to me. I don't know. I saw you hanging around with some of my crystals. Which one is one of your favorite crystals? Because I noticed that every time you pass by some of my crystals, I see you picking them up, touching them. Which one do you
Okay,
like?
so I have noticed the crystals that you've had around. Um, I've picked up on. Now I do not know them by actual name. I know that there's one. It's the big black one. It's like it has a real rough surface.
That one would be the black tourmaline. I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Did
Look
you
it
say
up real quick.
turbaline? Black turbaline? I don't know why, but I'm very drawn to that specific crystal.
I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Um, I'm trying to look it up real quick because I do see you touching that one and picking it up. It's a really good crystal as well. It's actually a protective crystal. Um,
That's probably why I've always noticed to be more of a protective person. It's probably why I'm drawn to the protective crystal.
and then a lot of times people don't even realize it, but they wear the hematite. They wear those a lot. A hematite crystal. So yeah. So if you all are out there and you're just wondering about crystals and things of that nature, you ought to really um just do a little background check on it and look it up.
Yes, please do. It by all means, let us know any questions or comments that you have about the crystals. Let us know about anything that you have about those crystals, or if you know anything about the crystals that we possibly don't, let us know about that as well. Like I said, we are fairly a little bit new to this, so if you have any information about the crystals that we might not know of, please let us know. Let us know about them.
Again, um I'm still learning about all these crystals and everything. It's just something new that I want to incorporate in my life, along with prayer and meditation. And I really just like the way the crystals look, really, to tell you the truth. I mean, they're pretty crystals, and you can put them around your house, and things like that or whatever. So really and truly, I just really think they're just cool. They're cool crystals, and so I just started doing some research on it. Um, again, you know, welcome 2023. This is what it's all about, and we're just doing new things. The new year, new beginnings. And again, we need to just live life and enjoy it. And don't forget to enjoy the people that are in your life. All right. Until next time, peace, love, and light. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my podcast. I hope that you will follow and subscribe to my podcast so that you can stay updated. You can follow me here on Anchor and on Spotify and also on Apple Podcasts. Until next time, peace, love, and light.